Why do Jeeps continuously get a bad rap in Consumer Reports?
Because they're trash. No, so here's the like the older Jeeps that had the 4.0, the inline six, great motors, bulletproof. You could not kill these things. But now they've gone to like what is the 3.7? They got 2.7 in the things. They got a lot of electronics. They were made to be rugged, simple vehicles. That's why people would purchase these things. That's why they used to be very reliable. That's why they were in the Army. They went off road. They were service vehicles. Now, what do? They go to yoga and they go to the grocery store, and they're not made to. I mean, I guess they're still made to go off-roading certain models that you can get in them, but they're not rugged, simple vehicles anymore. You take the simple out, there's a lot of systems moving around in these things. There are a lot of electronical problems. There are a lot of things. If you do try to get them off-road, if you do try to get them wet, this is what happens when you add in all these screens, when you add in all these sensors, when you have all these regulations that you have to hit for vehicles. Things break, things go wrong. And Jeep, Dodge, Ram, they have to get them at a certain price point to get them to sell. So with a lot, just like a lot of other brands, they're making things cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to keep their margins up. And we know that Stellantis, mothership company for Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, they had the highest price increase of any other manufacturer. And I can tell you that they did not spend a ton of more money producing these Jeeps. They didn't put a lot more money into making the quality of these Jeeps better. The price went up. The quality did not go up. This is one of the big problems that you're seeing, and why you're going to get destroyed by car reviewers, no matter where you're looking at. If you have a Jeep that goes up by $20,000, but the Jeep itself didn't really get better, you should get dinged on that, and it should be that a CEO gets kicked out the door, like we seen in the last year. Yeah, so I don't even know what else to junk. Like I used to love Jeeps. I would not buy a brand new one, but the older Jeeps, the 4.0, the inline six, amazing, reliable, rugged, simple. When you get rid of the simple, when you get rid of the reliable, then you might as well just get rid of the brand. Jeeps, talking about Jeep gets me fired up because I used to love Jeeps so much. I would love Jeeps, and we've had what, 5 or 6 of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and every time that I bought one, like I'm a used car dealer, and I would buy cars to sell, put it immediately on the lot. Anytime I'd buy a Jeep, I'd drive it for at least 3 or 4 months probably before I'd actually put it on the lot to sell it. And I haven't bought a Jeep now in years and years and years, and I'll never buy one of these newer Jeeps. If I can find an older Jeep with the inline six, that's manual, that's in good shape, yeah, I'd love to have one. But you're just, because the quality is so crap on the newer ones, those go for a ton of money now, because guys just like me, they don't want the new ones. They don't want these grocery getters that are going to break. We want the old, reliable, rugged, simple ones, and those are going to bring a premium forever now, because we just don't want the new junk ones.
They're called Heaps, not Jeeps.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
Also, some people really like them. There are also some people saying they had no issues. There's this really strong loyalty following, and they're not all bad. But that's true of anything. Fords aren't all bad, but they are top in recalls. So it doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. It's just, more likely than some other cars.
Yeah, I would assume that if you have a Jeep and it hasn't had a problem yet, you've probably only owned it for like 2 years.
I don't think that's the case based on the comments. At what stage in the car buying process do you let them know you want your mechanic to look at the car?
Right after they test drive it. So when they're so here's what typically happens with a person who is looking at a car. They'll come in, they say, hey, I want to check out this car. They'll ask a lot of cases if there's anything wrong with the car. If there's ever an initiation of Do you know if anything's wrong with the car? On our standpoint, if there is something that we know about the car, we'll tell the customer, okay, the AC is not very cold. It's getting into winter. We're not going to charge you yet. Okay, the window regulator on the back right hand, the door, it'll stay up fine, but it's not rolling down or it's not initiating the switch, whatever. Minor fixes like that we typically don't deal with in these cars that we're selling for $2,500. But anytime there's an initiation from the customer, that will say, okay, do you know if anything's wrong with it? Do you know if anything that I'm going to have to fix next? Anything that is a mechanical question that we say is good, we say, but always lead with that but. We want you to get it checked out by your mechanic before you purchase it. We buy all these cars from auction. We check them out as best we can, but we've got 75 cars on the lot. We're not going to catch everything. And that's basically the speech that we use with each and every customer. And it's just an easy initiation for us to begin that dialogue with a customer when they started out from their side. Now, if they never say anything about it, once they're done with the test drive, they come in and they start thinking about actually purchasing it. Maybe they'll talk about negotiation or trying to get the price lower. That's when we will say that. And if you want to, you have the option to make sure you go get checked out by your mechanic before you buy it. What I always say is, well, we want you to know more about this car than we know. And if you get it checked out by your mechanic, you will know that. I don't want you to be surprised by anything. I want you to know what you have, what you need to get fixed before you actually purchase this thing. And it's difficult for us to know exactly everything that's going on in the car. I know a lot of customers expect that from us. And I don't know if that's unfair or not. I don't know if we should know everything about every car that we're selling. But from my standpoint, it's impossible for us to know. We move through so many cars, or we can have months where we're selling 70, 80, 90 cars in a month. If we get in tax time, we can sell over 100 cars in a month. We're not going to catch everything. Alex is one person. He's my mechanic. And he goes through all of these cars. He's buying all these cars. He's fixing a lot of things in these cars. We're going to miss stuff. And we want to make sure that customer, for us, is just a number on the board, right? It's just one more sale. Get it out. We want to treat every customer as best we can and help them out as much as we can. But when you have 70 customers in the course of a month, we're not going to be able to do that. So we want to make sure that the customer knows that they have the opportunity to know as much about the car before they purchase it. In a lot of cases, a lot of these customers do, but there's also a lot of cases where customers will say, you know what, I don't know anything about cars, but this feels okay, I'm gonna buy it. And I'll never understand that. There's some customers don't even test drive the car. We won't let a customer buy a car unless they test drive it. That's another thing that we do, because we want to make sure you know what you're buying. We don't want you to come in and say, I'll take the car because you just checked the radio. And that's absolutely happened. And they'll come in and say, okay, I'm gonna take it. No, you didn't test drive it. You need to test drive this car and make sure you want it, because once you buy it, it's your car. And they'll go test drive it and they'll find something wrong with it and they'll end up not buying the car. And that's the scenario that I want to happen. I don't want them to find something wrong with that car after they purchase that car. I don't want any regrets after you buy this car. And we do everything in our power to make sure that we can avoid that situation. And for those of you that know my car dealership, you can look at our reviews. We have 4.3 stars on Google with a lot of reviews. And we sell cars that are $5,000 and under. Do you know how hard it is to have positive reviews when you're selling cars that are that cheap? Cheap cars break. That's what happens to them. Expectations are not met with cheap cars in a lot of cases, and we still are able to meet a majority, if not a majority, what's that, 92% of our customers' needs, and that's 86%. My bad. That's, let alone any used car dealer that sells more expensive cars. For a used car dealer to have like over 4 stars, it's very hard to do. And we sell cars that are $5,000 and under, and we do it. So I take a lot of pride in that, and I think my team does a really good job. And we lay the groundwork to make sure people know what they're getting before they get it, or to have people's expectations set the correct way before they buy this car for $2,500. They're buying a $2,500 car. We want that customer to know exactly what they're getting into before they buy it.
Would you take a $5,000 car out of town on a road trip?
Yeah.
Or on a trip?
Yeah. No problem. So, my wife and I for years, all we drove were cars that we would sell on our lot. I think she had a Volvo V70 for years. She had a 2003 Honda Accord for years, a GMC Yukon. All of these cars were cars that we bought for like $2,000. And these are the cars that we drove on road trips before we had our son. We traveled all the time. So yeah, we would drive these cars all the time on road trips. You gotta maintain, you gotta keep check on cheaper cars way more than newer cars, obviously, but just have a good mechanic before you go on a road trip. I mean, you can even get it checked out to see what needs to be done on it before you take off on it. But with most cars, as long as you change the oil, as long as when things, small things break on them, you just go ahead and get them taken care of and don't let them become bigger things. You can just drive them and not really worry about them. I'm not afraid of any car. It doesn't, like, the price doesn't matter. What matters is how the car has been taken care of and how you are currently taking care of the car. That means more than what the car actually costs. And even to some point, with these a lot of newer cars, even the miles aren't hitting these cars as hard as what you would see back in the 80s and the early 90s. A lot of these early 2000 cars, use example a lot, like the 2002 to 2006 four-cylinder Toyota Camry, one of the best cars that have ever been made, and it's in the four-cylinder. And I routinely see a lot of these Camrys that have 350, 400,000 miles pop up at these auctions. It's getting to a point where if a car's got 200,000 miles, it doesn't matter. It can still run for a very, very, very long time. It just matters how it's been kept up and how you're going to keep it up. Those are the two biggest things.